Uh, Hello everybody, it's Douglas Truth, and this is KLENCH number 2. KLENCH number 2. Right? Okay, so first thing we do, as discussed, is the boundary, and I found these things, these pilot precise pens. I went to the Staples store to buy a bulk of them, and that whole section, the whole pilot section, was gone. It wasn't gone, it was empty. I said, this is the shock of supply chains. Yeah, because I'm in the business of producing fine art in large quantity. Well, not anymore, I used to. Now it's a more boutique thing. Now it's more like, let's see if we can get this dude out of retirement. And I'm going to inject this personal note in here. I am, indeed out of retirement, I think we've left a little exit point here so we don't get trapped in there. Right here. We need it. I'll get out. There's another one up here. It's up to you to figure out which one might be the best for your purposes. So we got a boundary on our piece, and then we got a bright white. Now we're going to put our pen away because start doing some art. Okay, but God also, in the form of grandmotherly figures, also hangs out in the kitchen a lot. In her grandmotherly manifestation. That turned a lot of us off, I have to tell you. Mm-hmm. So these are actually, these old ceramic 4-winged, there's a big H or big C in there. Here we got the faucet. Here's where, that faucet is just like such downfall for me. I guess I need to look at one, but I don't have one like this, like the ones I'm drawing. But they're just, I have to apologize, really. I just have to apologize for the faucets. They just suck. That's what kind of thing that makes this, people call this like outsider art, because guy can't fucking draw. Well, you do what you can, right? You turn your liabilities into strengths whenever possible. Whenever possible. Yeah, right. We've got a scrubby here. Those plastic guys, green, but I have to tell you, at the hardware store, the local Ace Hardware, John was down there, and they had these scrubby cloths that were like knit plastic or something like that, but they were just, I've had like a year, and they don't stink. Anyway, just product. If I can find the product, I'll put it in here and ask for, maybe a lifetime supply of them from the guys who make them. It's like, it's tough times out there. I know you may be shaking your head, saying, not Douglas Truth. He's not selling out. I'm here to tell you, I'll sell out for, and not really, even if I wanted to, I couldn't. All right, so I'm putting the tile in. Love tile. It's kind of miserable to go out, kind of miserable to clean it on a kitchen counter, but it's nasty and so forth. Concrete or the marble, whatever. I guess that's bitter. Wood, that works. Wood is just so wonderful. Too bad we have to cut down trees to use it, but it's possible to do it without, massacring a huge number of them, I suppose. In fact, I shouldn't say I suppose, I know that for a fact. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'll put a big kabocha squash there, just kind of a, this to me is the kind of magic I try to practice, as I draw things as I wish them to be. So I would actually like to have a big tile counter and a big double bodied. It'd be cast iron. Look at the perspective on this thing is just like, it broke they got those little plastic protractors and they just broke it trying to figure out what was going on here. Good thing you're an outsider artist, I guess all I can say. Kabocha squash. I got some seeds trying to bring those guys up. Yeah, so I just paint things. Sometimes it happen, eerily. The shop here in Grass Valley, it's down the street where I used to live when I was just a kid, 45 years old. And I painted it as a shoe store, even though at the time I painted it, it was like a little Western gift store. Silly vase time here. I painted it as a shoe store. It had, high heels in the window and boots and stuff like that. And 6 months later, it's a shoe store. Right? Yeah. Now these flowers they're doing this on purpose. They're droopy because they're like, hey, we want to be in the frame. Why'd you put it way up here? We want to be in there. So they're just all drooping down into the frame. That's fine. That's all right. Fine with me. I mean, I don't really take particular ownership of these things. And I mean, I take responsibility for them. Like, when the dogs, especially the dogs, that's Edith and Sasha, like when I draw them. And Edith, she's just like tired of it now. Just like, come on, like practice more or something. Take a lesson. That's what the ski instructor said at Taos when I was on a high-speed, uncontrolled downhill run, like my first time on Taos Mountain in New Mexico. And I ran over his skis. He was standing there talking to his class, and I ran over his skis and just like went right on by him. It was just like nothing. And he said, "Take a lesson." Well, I've always found it very difficult to take lessons. So anyway, so we got the window, the wood window. I'm drawing these things because it's like that's, uh, you know, in terms of rebirths and bardos and stuff like that, it may not be that great of an idea. I don't know. I just do what I feel like, what comes natural here. Thing about the pencils, you can go veer all over the place and kind of hone in, like with this perspective here with the faucet and the sink is I can't fix it. I can't fix it. What is he doing here? Should it be like this? Sometimes I have to just like practice, like, oh, that's better. That looks better. It's got to be more like that. And these big things here. Is there room for this? We'll make room just by drawing it so. There is room because we made it so. That may be the larger case, like with actual reality. That'd be terrible news. We have to take responsibility for it, wouldn't it? Okay, outside, we got the rolling Tuscan-like hills out there. Boom, and the trees. Gnarly old beautiful trees, very easy to paint. The farther away they are, the easier they are to paint. And, when you're running a shop, trying to turn a profit, trying to crank the paintings out, keep the checks rolling in. Kids, you just learn stuff like that. Farther away they are, the easier they are to paint. But, and also to pick easy subject matter, like a bowl full of fruit or lemons. Kabocha squash, and this got the indentations and stuff, so it's all right. It's okay. All right, so I don't know what's down here. Car keys. It's kind of. It seems awfully far away, doesn't it? It seems like it's kind of in the next county over there, but not really because of this. It's just. I apologize for this perspective, but we outsider artists. It's what we do. So now we go in with the pen. Boom. Now things get serious. Now we're committed. Okay, just kind of God. Okay, And see, now this part just make it look easy. Let's look at the draftsmanship here. This kid really knows what he's doing with the line, right? Don't you believe it? And then so this is Sync as a character in the reality picture here is often said. Mine is a very I don't get much praise, or there's no action in the sink. It's like it gets filled up sometimes, and sometimes it empties, or makes a slurpy noise. And it says, "How about?" I said, "Okay, how about a colander full of potatoes?" It's the best I can do today. Over here, there's there's some spring onions here, and they're on a little tray inside the sink, and they're leaning up over here out of the bottom of the sink and over here. That's semi-realistic. That could happen, maybe. And I'll paint them on lime green, just like the spring onions. And then potatoes, I'll make red potatoes, all right? It's the best I can do. I didn't know you were so upset about it. I said to the sink. Sasha sometimes looks at me. Says, "What? What did you just say?" So, okay, I'm going to just dive in. Boom. Just go for it. Just work fast, knock things over, and have them send you the bill. All right. Okay, we're just going to walk away from that. Done. I don't care. Now, see how the outlier, now that this has been semi-corrected, is this scrubby. And it's like I guess it could be on top of a pecan or something, tilted up like that. Coming here with the green and the yellow, even though those are reprehensible items, I think, in terms of. See, oh man, the cut bottle, that bottle got away from me. Now it's leaning way out there, off in La La Land. And it's like, this just makes it work. This is like, what is this, like a hula hoop move, the cap thing? What's going on? Down here it says patent applied for, some shit like that. And this is like, so we'll put an apostrophe in there just to make it look like American soaps. Okay, now we go into it's like a field marshal through the field to the enemy. Boom! Okay, got the tile in. Okay, next wave. Sorry, that's my dog over there. I think. What are those sounds? That's you, Sasha. Okay, we got the lip. Now see it? I veered far, far away from the pencil drawing. That's cool. We'll just use it now as kind of a guide. So what I did is I said, I want more of that unconsciously, I'm telling you. And now I'm just recreating the narrative. I said I want more of that pristine and very valuable windowsill space, because that's where a lot of great things happen. So I moved the lip right here of the windowsill. Now I'm going to put the little piece of wood, that goes under it. Under it be in the shadows down here, be way in the shadows down here. The verisimilitude right here. It really does look like pen marks on paper. And we'll just come at it with the kabocha squash, and we're looking down on it a little bit more than I thought when I first did it. And the kabocha squash got the big deep things on it, and that beautiful dark green color. I use it to make soups a lot. That one they probably wouldn't sell that at the grocery store, but I would. I had such a kabocha squash last year, you wouldn't believe it. Crop. One of them climbed up into the bamboos. I had one of these like 6 foot in the air, clinging to a bamboo. It was awesome. Put the car keys down here, because we don't know. Go all the way into the next county for them. That's not a car key. That's a key somebody put there because they didn't know what it was for. And then so I'll put it on the kitchen counter. And maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe the owner will show up. Oh, look, I did the, oh my God, that is not even a rookie mistake. But it's outsider art. Okay, so we're just going crazy here. We're drooping flowers. We want into the frame, and we want to we're going to take this big flower stalks that they used to suspend themselves upon, and we're going to come right at the viewer, like it's an attack, a beauty attack. Hey, over here, buddy, in your face. Okay. Now see, we got to see what did I say about the windowsills? It's crazy. Lemons. I was just thinking eggplant, but no, I don't think so. This is the windowsill, so I'm gonna skip the whole vertical thing. We don't need to obey the laws of physics here at all. You freely ignore them. But there's room here for like a pomegranate, right? It's a papaya, sorry. A papaya is leaning up against a pecan over there. And nobody would put a can of sardines up there, would they? Maybe they would. Again, if the owner had maybe found this can of sardines, they said, "There's no way. This is my can of sardines." So they put it up here in the thing, and this is like the habit of the household here. It's like, you're not sure, put it on the windowsill. I personally, I would vote against that practice. I'm telling you. Okay, how about a big bowl of fruit? Okay. It's a bad idea to put on the kitchen sill, right? Unless it's green tomatoes. Yeah, and we're trying to get them right. And maybe there's an onion there that's like, it's just started to go, right? And just left it there because you didn't know what else to do with it. Because what is it? They don't taste very good when you use them like that. But should I put it in the garden? Maybe I will, but that's a long time ago, right now. And it's growing a lot, and it started to root down here. What do you do with it, right? Well, nothing for now. It's just going to be in that bowl for a very long time. And down here, let's just draw a line in here and just get we need a horizon to make us feel comfortable here. Windowsill is just like, well, we need some boundaries here. This is just getting a little bit out of hand. Let's see, that's the lip. So you got to refer back here. This is the lip. Something like that, right? It's a lot of wood down here, a lot of complicated carpentry kind of deal stuff. All right. I've been out of the frame, haven't I? I think, we'll just maybe, well, it needs to leave some room there in case somebody comes up with one of those cans of tennis balls and like, nobody plays tennis around here. What are you going to do? Let's put in the Tuscan Hills. But with a castle. Because we can. Nobody goes up there anymore. It moans at night. There's a big door. Kids. And over here, there's some stairs down here. It's like, that's what you look at on everything. See, you're having your coffee and orange juice and stuff. And you light up your cigarette, you drink your coffee, and you look out the window in the morning, right? Just kind of, where am I? And you see the old castle over there. And someday I'm going to go up there with a flashlight. And gloves. I've heard maybe there's a cellar there that nobody's gone into. Yeah, I'll go up there sometime. We got a second floor up here. I was going to make it a dome because I just think it would be super cool to have domes on houses like they do in some places in the world. I think it's very, aesthetically, it's a real winner. Yeah, so that really doesn't look like a castle too much, does it? Yeah, they aren't what they used to be. Except those big McMansion castles. Alright, we'll just leave it alone for now. Let's just leave it alone. Stop badgering it. Not a little teeny tree over here. Like I said, farther away. Just because you gotta bring the viewer into the action. And I mean this because I love all kind of painting. And partly I'm just talking my own book because I don't have technical skills like a lot of artists do. Yeah, so I paint like stuff far away. I'm just joking. I do the best I can. Work with like the old lady in Beetlejuice says, use your strengths. Develop your tools. Maybe we'll get out of here someday. Alright, so I'm going to let that ink dry because if I was take this eraser and make a big mess. So I'm going to let that dry and then erase it and it'll be pristine. It'll be like, oh, look at that fabulous line work. And then it'll be time to paint through the watercolors with just a touch of gouache here and there because it's like a secret weapon. Okay, everybody, thank you very, very much for watching and looking and seeing and hearing. My name's Douglas Truth, and just have a good one, no matter what.